Hello students, if you are studying in CBSE Board Plus 2 class and having CS or IP subject whose exam date is 7 July 2020, then I am here to help you. We will revise one sample paper daily to easily score 100 out of 100. So let's start. Today we will revise sample paper 5 question number 2. Question second, A part. What will be the output of given code? And the code is given as for variable in range 5 print var. If var is 2 then break. Students, first consider this loop only. Range 5 will create the values from 0 to 4 and variable will take one by one these values. After that it will print var, means print 0. Now it will check whether it is 2, no. So it will not break. Then again next value 1 it will print, it will check whether it is 2, no, then it will not break. Again value it will take is 2, it will print var, that is print 2, and again check variable is 2, yes, now it will break. And break is used to come out of the loop, means terminate the loop immediately. So what it will print? Only 0, 1 and 2. Next question, question second, B part. What is the difference between del list 0 and del list if list contains only one element 4? Students, if list is having only element 4, that is only one element, then list of 0 will delete the value at given index, that is 0, and list will become empty having no elements. But list exists, but delete list will delete the entire list, and now with this name no list will exist, means element 4 is deleted in both the cases, but in delete 0 the list will exist having no elements, but in case of delete list will not exist because it has permanently deleted. Next question, question second, C part. What will be the output of following code? And the code is given as numpy.arrange 1, 10 reshape, and then you have to print array slice in this way. So students, first consider how this array will be created. Numpy.arrange 1, 10. Here it has given starting value and last value, but not the default value. Now default value is 1. If not specified, then it will create the array from 1 to 9. After creating the array, it will reshape it into 3, 3, and the array will become in this way, array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now slicing, how it works? It works in this way, means row starting to row ending in steps of row, and column starting to column ending in steps of column. Value given. Now consider for the row label, it has not given anything, so it will start from 0. It has not given any ending, so it will go up to last. It has given step value -1, means in reverse order it will take the rows. Similar for rows, similar for columns, no starting value is given, it will start from 0. No ending value is given, it will go up to last, and no step value is given, so it will print in reverse order. So how this will be printed? First, this starting to last row it will print in reverse order. So what will be the result? 7, 8, 9, means last row will become the first one, next this row, and next this row, means order of rows is changed. Now you have to change the order of columns also, because here also you have to print in reverse order. So this column will come out at this position, means, and this column will come out at this position, means finally what should be the answer? 9, 6, 3, then 8, 5, 2, then 7, 4 and 1. So this will be the final result, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 and 3, 2, 1. Next question, question second, D part. How the following functions are different? Y limit, and y-text. Students, you know very well, y-limit is used to set the minimum and maximum limits for y-axis while plotting the graph. But y-text function sets the ticks at specified position on y-axis. Means, suppose if this is the graph, this is the minimum value of y and this is the maximum value of y set by y-limit function. And on this y-axis, if I want to place these ticks, suppose here I want to write 1, 2, 3, then this will be possible through y-ticks function. Next question, question second, E part. What will be the value of ABCD if? First statement given here is numpy dot full 2, 2, 3. Means it will create the array of 2 rows and 2 columns having all values as 3. In this way, A equal to array 3, 3, 3, 3. Next statement is numpy dot array lab colon 1 garak colon 2. Students, it is the dictionary and it is always taking values key colon value pairs, and when we create array using the dictionary, it will always take only the keys, and keys are here lab and garg. So array created will be this one. Next is numpy dot random dot randint 6, 4. Students, randint function creates an array of size 4 having integer random values from 0 to 6. So here these are the 4 elements and you can take any random value, any random integer from 0 to 6 in this case. Next question, numpy dot 0 4, it will take 4 elements and value of all 4 will be 0, and this will be the final result. Next question, question second, F part. What will be the output of following code? Print list 1 plus list 2 and list 1 plus 5, and if the lists are in this way. Students, if we will print list 1 plus list 2, means it will concatenate 2 lists and the result will be first list, after that second list joined. But when you want to add 5 to each element of the list, that is vectorized operation you want to perform, but because vectorized operations are not possible on list, it will give error. And what will be the error? Cannot concatenate integer and list. Next question, question second, G part. Write the code to print the details of Anil and Aman of following given data frame DF. Students, this is the data frame given and you want to print the details of Anil and Aman. Means what you want to print? You want to print the rows. And which rows? This is the 0th row, this is the first row, and this is the second row. Means you want to print the rows 1 and 2. So answer for this you can write in this way, df.iloc. First let's see the syntax, row start to row end, column start to column end. If you will write df.iloc 1 colon 3, means starting from first it has to go up to 3, but 3 will not be included, so it will go up to 2. Means these 2 rows will be printed. And for column we have nothing specified, so it will take all the columns and all the values of Anil and Aman will come out. Next question, question second, H part. Write the name of statistical functions that can be used in a data frame. Students, there are many statistical functions that can be used with given data frame, and these functions are, first one is count, second one is sum, third minimum, fourth maximum, mean, mode, median, standard deviation, variance and MAD, mean absolute deviation. Next question, question second, I part. Explain following arguments of bar h function. Now students, for bar h function there are 3 arguments. First one is color, to specify the color of various bars, labels used to display the label for each bar, and height used to specify height of each bar. Student, for bar function there will be attribute width, but for bar h the attribute will be height. This is the difference, so don't get confused. In the bar you have to specify width of bar, but in the bar H you have to specify height of the bar. Now how the bar in horizontal direction appears? In this way. These are the colors I have used, these are the labels I have used, and this is the height of each bar, this one.